All right, we got the dolly. Whoa. We got the, all right, we have the pinball loading kit in the back of the car, consisting of the dolly, a strap, a big foam pad, a couple screwdrivers to take off the back box lock if they don't have the key. What else? Air compressor, because one of my tires is a little leaky on my car, on my Yukon. Jump pack, just in case, for the car. I got a brand new absorbent glass matte battery in this thing, so I should be golden for a couple of years. But anyway, I am on my way to get a Gottlieb Barb Wire, and I'm very excited. It's one of 1,000 made, and I just stumbled across the Facebook Marketplace ad that at the time I saw it had been posted 2 hours previous to that, and the guy wants $1,000 for it, so I'll probably pay him asking price. It's got no glass, it's extremely dusty playfield. It's been in a storage unit for 10 years. I don't think climate controlled, so we'll see. But for $1,000, I should be able to put a G in it if I have to, and still come out on top. So, really excited. I'll I'll record another video whenever I get there. All right, we stopped in near Murfreesboro, Tennessee, at the racetrack to get some flex fuel. $2.39 a gallon. Oh, sorry, $2.23 a gallon. Not too bad. I only get I get worse gas mileage on flex fuel, but the manual says I can run premium or flex fuel. So unless premium gets below like $2.50 and flex fuel stays around, no, sorry, I don't know. Premium has to get pretty cheap for it to make sense for me to run premium. Anyway, I was gonna show you the setup, what we got. Let's see, we got the dolly, the pad, the jump pad, my multimeter over there, a couple screwdrivers, socket set with a few different, or a 3/8 ratchet handle with a couple sockets to take the leg bolts off. Anyway, I'm stoked. Got about 2 more hours, so, and there's some police activity going on. Anyway, talk to y'all soon. All right, we just got here with my Gottlieb sticker. There it is. Oh my gosh. Wow. Nice manual. Nice. Looks kind of clean. Oh, nice. We're gonna have to bust out the screwdriver. Damn, that's an Allen wrench. All right, I'll touch base in a second. Got it. We got it. I got it! Oh my God. Boom. I'm shaking. That's funny. All right, 4 hours home. Sneak peek. shiny boards in there. Artwork. Perfect. No scratches. Except for here, like there is on every single Gottlieb that I have. Which is only 3. Alright, we're going around the side. I gotta lock up this tilt bob. It's bugging me. Oh, it's dirty. Oh, I can't wait. It's clanking. I wonder if it'll just come off. Let's see. Tuck a little. Oops. Tuck a little napkin in here. Keep her still. And I think there's captive balls or something, because I hear some other balls. I took 3 balls out. That's all that was in there, so I don't know. It's supposed to be a 4-ball machine. We'll see. Wish me luck. And here it sits amongst its brothers and sisters. I just realized this tonight. All 3 of these are designed by Billy Parker. He also designed Big Hurt and Nightmare on Elm Street, I believe. I think he had a career before that as well in a different pinball company, but I can't remember. This thing's filthy. I'm gonna vacuum it. Ugh. Everything feels nice. The rails are rusty. This will be an experiment. See what I can do with them. It may be, I don't know how much time it would take. I might just buy new ones. None of mine are great, but like this United one's pretty good. Street Fighter's got a little bit of, let's see it there. All right, I'm gonna get her vacuumed up, get her cleaned up. There's little kitty prints on it, or maybe another animal. What those look like. Little cat prints to me. Also, let me find it. Where did it go? In the coin box. It was actually stuck under the glass. Not the glass, because I didn't get it with glass. It had no glass. These were stuck down between the play field. All right, it's these. Service manager cards for a DeLorean dealership in Texas, I guess. That's awesome. Those are staying in the game. I haven't even vacuumed it yet. broken rubber. Feels nice and free though. Oh cool, a diverter. Big Fatso, I think is his name. I think this goes up and down. We'll see. The lens. Ooh, lens. Shoot lit lens targets to activate contact lens. Hammerhead. I haven't seen the movie, but I think that's a bar in the movie. Nice. I love how the Gottliebs have that row. Or the System 3s or whatever. These three at least have that cool row of lights. Can't see it. All on the back. Wait till you see how clean these boards are. My God. I tighten that down at an angle. Hang on. Wait, checking here. First off, it's nice to see one that isn't all burnt up or evidence of mega heat. Aw. Anyway, here we go. Get ready. They're spotless. Looks like those, shit, what are these called again? Transistor? Looks like the old, what are they called? The old, oh yeah, the old 2N10Ls. Yeah. That's what I meant. The old 2N10Ls look like they've never been moved. No bends or anything. They're all lined up like little soldiers. Sorry if the AC is making the audio hard to hear, but I'm trying. Wow. These other games don't have this extra board, I don't think. Right here. My other Rescue 911 and my Street Fighter. Okay. The display board has some evidence of something burning, but I think that's replaced. A little darkness around that capacitor. I think it's fine. I'm gonna test all the coils and stuff, but at this point I think we're good. Good back here on my initial look through here. Man, this is so clean. It's just like never been touched, it seems like. I mean, that has, so I can't say never been touched, but barely touched. All right, here's the inside of this bad boy. Here's my serial number, 148726. So it's the 726th barb wire. Right there in the last quarter of the production run. stuff this in here to keep that guy still. I'm gonna raise him up for sure. All right, we got the OG Premier car. That's in, I got that still in Rescue 911, I think. Couple free nuts, couple free bits and pieces. Like, still has this jumper bag, I guess, in it. I've never seen that. It's got the little screw that goes into the wall. We've got this barbed wire switch, like quick cards or something. This is awesome. Oh my God, what else we got? Cool. Oh, that's sweet. With the resistance listed, that's very tight. I'll be checking all of those. Anything else in there? Looks empty. All right. I haven't had this in either one of mine either. A little extra tilt dealio. Right off the bat, I'm noticing gonna need to, I could just probably replace them, but I'll burnish them. I think that's right to do only on the flipper switches pretty much in this game, because everything else isn't high voltage, maybe something like that. But I know it sends the full flipper voltage through these flipper switches. They bent the interlock switch. Let me zoom out. So I hope that was on, I don't know if I hope it was on purpose or accident, really. It's right in the middle. So I think it might have got bent on accident, because I think with it in the middle it won't work at all. Will it close with that? Oh yeah, I bet you that's how they did it. My Street Fighter just has a little jumper here, and this is removed. Wow, the coils even, everything just looks so clean. There's like no, like the Street Fighter when I got it still has it, but like little pits of rust on the little ramp flaps there. This just doesn't seem to have as much. All right, let's scope out the flippers. Ooh. I wonder if white means hot. Let's see if that opens. Where are we at? Oh snap. Zoom out. All those look like the same size, but maybe they are, I can't remember. Ooh. I'll have to check those for the proper sizes. I can't imagine someone would just run through this thing with some slow blow 8s or something. Let's see if I can get one out. Let me see if we can see. Okay, now we're good. That's a 1/2 amp, I think. They just look so big. We'll check them out. NBD probably. What are those? Those are the slingshots. The up kicker here. There's a ball. I knew I had one somewhere. So it did have 4 balls in it. All right, there was a ball in there. It's like a kickback. Yeah, the scanner. Like scanner. Everything just looks great. It's freaking awesome. Whoa, this thing has 3 coils stacked up. So that thing must pop way up into the playfield. That's tight. That's freaking sweet. Super coil. All right, well, all the fuses were good. They were the proper size and everything. I'm gonna clean up the prongs on this plug. There's some sandpaper. I actually have a brass brush. They're just, let's see, a little old. We're gonna fire it up. Okay. 3, 2. There's a ball in there, so that might come shooting out. And I have the other balls right here. They're not, surprisingly, like not rusty. It's barely, not bad enough to where I wouldn't throw them in the game. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's hope it works. Here we go. I got the interlock switch pulled. Control board error, low battery or bad U3, U6. And then you can just go off and back on. Extra noise on that one. Well, I gotta test the voltage on the battery. All right, now this battery is the original, I believe, soldered in. And I think, from what I can tell, the negative trace, or the negative, there's 2 positives right there for each of those both connect to the top. And then the bottom is right there, and that ground runs over to all the grounds. Comes out of the battery, right there, to the board ground. So we're gonna test it. So if I can do this with one hand. Ground. See what kind of DC voltage we get on this bad boy. 0.59, 0.6. I think the battery's dead. It is on DC. Wow. Clean. I haven't put that ramp back on yet. There's a couple plastics that I haven't put back on. Got new flipper bats coming in the mail. It's fucking clean. Wow, dude. That's because I cleaned the shit out of it. Waiting on some LEDs. I need new side rails. But the cabinet is clean. Oh my God. I got so lucky. A little bit of damage. Dirty fingerprints on it. The coin door is pretty nice. Is it stock? Those two look the same. This one different. I heard that with the Rescue 911s is also my power supply is like was set up for 220. I've heard a lot of the Rescue 911s went overseas to Europe or something, but I don't know for sure. Okay, it's confession time about the barbed wire. I wasn't, when I first got this, I wasn't that dedicated to videotaping everything, especially if I couldn't figure something out. So what you saw up until now was me cleaning up the barbed wire, you know, checking it out in the previous room, realizing it had a U8 or U6 or low battery error. It's like, gives you three options as to what it is. It's just a dead battery 99% of the time so far, in my experience. But anyway, so I had gotten to that point and I replaced, hang on, let me get one. I replaced the coin battery with one of Frank's battery boards for Gottlieb System 3. One of these bad boys. The leads just solder in the same place as the negative and the positive for the old one, but you can replace it instead of having to desolder every 10 years, I guess. So quartersarcades.com. That's where I got this. It was super fast shipping and affordable. I think it was 20 bucks or something. But anyway, I put one of these in the barbed wire. I'm gonna put this back and fired it up, and I cannot find any video of it. I'm pretty sure I didn't record any video, but I had fired it up and the game turned on. The game would start, but I had no flipper action and I had no, let's see, would it eject a ball? Can't remember. I don't think it would even eject the ball. So I ran a switch test on it and found out that the trough switch wasn't working. The trough switch functioned properly, as in if I put a multimeter on both sides of the micro switch and actuated the switch, my meter would show a closed response. So the switch worked, but the game wasn't recognizing that switch. It wasn't recognizing 3 other switches. I actually have, did I mark that in the manual? Hold on, let me get the manual. Okay, here's our switch matrix. Oh yeah, I had them marked. Okay. I'll get you over here. Hang on. Okay, here were the 4 switches that didn't work. And I think because my trough switch didn't work, that's why it wouldn't eject a ball. Or if it was ejecting a ball, it wouldn't make... No, was it ejecting a ball? I can't fucking remember. Anyway, whatever it was doing, it wouldn't allow the flippers to work. And my suspected reason was that the trough switch wasn't working. And that wouldn't let maybe the Q relay pull in underneath or something. I'm not exactly sure. But I deduced that these were a matrix related issue because they're the only switches in that row. And this one, right number 3 target, that's for the lens thing. So it was, that target wasn't working. So I just moved it to here and moved this one here, and it worked fine. So it was the smart switch. It was the switch itself that was bad. So I hit up Steve at PB Resource, and he got me one for, I think it's like $12 or something, ridiculously cheap. So that solved my right number 3 target issue, but I still had no flipper action during a game when I would start a game. So I went on the forums. All right, I'm putting the phone back down now that you know that I have a row issue. All right, continuing. So I scoured the game looking for a broken wire or something like that, something that wasn't allowing anything on that row to reach the board or whatever. The board, the MPU or whatever it's called, I'm not sure. Whatever senses the switch actuation. Hang on. Let me get my thoughts together. I was getting no signal to the board in the back box from anything on that row in my switch matrix. So I flipped up the play field, I looked in the back box, I tested continuity. I had all that, I'm pretty sure, except the one thing I didn't do that it was in a forum on Pinside that I should have done, and I've suggested to other people that they do this since I've learned this, and it's fixed their games, is pull the diode board out from underneath the play field. Gottlieb System 3s have a 1 or 2 connector small diode board, a small PCB board with about 40 or 50 diodes on it. and there may be a resistor or two or something, but pretty sure it's just diodes. And they're lined up all next to each other, and you can test them. And I tested that. I never took it out of the game, but I tested it. All my diodes were fine. But someone suggested reflowing the solder on the header pin connections on that board. And I looked at them and assumed and thought they were fine and never did that. And still couldn't figure out the problem. I wonder what the problem was. So, this is shameful to say, but I have to admit it. I called a pinball repairman, a traveling pinball repairman. The guy's name was, he's out of Atlanta. I forget who I called, but I got this guy's number. And he's out of Atlanta. His name was Ernie Laffers. And along with an awesome name, he was a great dude. He drove from Atlanta up here to Chattanooga. And he charged me $200. That he told me that would have covered the first hour and the trip out here. So I think he was done in 20 minutes. And he's poking around. He's looking in my manual like any good repair person should. And he decided to reflow the header pins on the diode board under the playfield. And the game works flawlessly. And I'm ashamed that I didn't do all the steps that you should have done listed out for me in PinWiki repair guides and forums and Gottlieb System 3 specific forums or Gottlieb System 3 repair guides. And I don't know if I was being lazy or what, but it won't happen again. And I'm also going to record everything I do now to the machines, because it's just fun putting these videos together so y'all can see the progress and maybe learn a tiny bit or teach me something, because I don't know much yet. So I love fixing these things. I love playing them. I love finding a sweet deal, a barn find, a dirty game that you can just clean up, and I'm not trying to flip anything. I just like having them. I will maybe trade the Lethal Weapon or these old games once I get them going for some Gottlieb DMDs, or I don't know. It'd just be cool to have only Gottliebs. I know there's a lot of other great games. I'd be limiting myself to, I'd be missing out on a lot of great games to own, but I just kind of want to collect the Gottlieb DMDs for now. So anyway, I'll throw a picture of the diode board in here, or I'll get one and squeeze it in the video here somewhere. But I had all that great footage from when I went and picked up the game and was so excited about setting it up, and I wanted it to just fire right up and have no problems, but that's not how it goes with a $1,000 game. So I got some awesome things that happened with this. My friend CJ from in town here, he got a new to him, real low play Jurassic Park Stern, and he bought himself a sheet of Invisiglass for it. So this was basically unused. I mean, it's flawless, and he sold this to me for $50. So I got hooked up on my glass, and it's really nice having a new piece of glass on there, because I didn't video any of that. I probably said in those old videos that the glass was gone when I got it, and it's definitely, you can see that in the pictures that it's not there in the Facebook ad. But anyway, just wanted to get all that, kind of a wrap up little clip here of me talking about what I didn't film and what I wish I would have done differently as far as busting out the soldering iron and doing what people said I should have done, so I could have saved $200. But yeah, all said and done, with new rubbers and wax or whatever, I bought balls, and not my time, but I put a couple spotlights on here, all new LEDs. I think it was missing the lock. I put a lock on here. What else? I'm still only in this game for like $1,600 or $1,700, so I'm very lucky and very happy. But yeah, that's what I got, and I just wanted to
share my little barbed wire experience with you guys, and can't wait till I get another one that I can record everything most of the way through and just get a more thoroughly filmed experience of getting a new game. So it'll happen. I'll buy another one soon. My wife lets me. All right. Thanks. Trying to show you guys this diode board and kitty girl. Key. Yeah. What? You're so sweet, honey. All right. All right, diode board's so easy to get to too. All right, we're going in. It is dunk 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 right there. So it's easy to get to, and yeah, when the guy, so he told me, Ernie, he's like, he had the board out and we were looking at it, and he's like, I don't think, he was like 20 years older than me, and I'm 40, so give or take, I don't know. He was older than me, but he's like, he said something about not being able to see very well how but to him, the header pins looked fine. I should pull that to show you guys and to actually see what he did, because I didn't really look. He was offering to jump wires outside this from one of the sides of this diode over here. I guess my grounds weren't, something with the ground. I don't remember exactly what he said, but I was like, dude, I'd really prefer I don't have some hack jumper wire on here. I said, can you just try reflowing those header pins? And he did it, and then he came out of the shed and he's like, it's all fixed, man. It was great. But yeah, if you got any problems with your switch matrix, or I don't know if the lights, I think the lights are share the same wire. So yeah, reflow, check all those diodes first. And there's a couple resistors there, 4. And take this board out, flip it over, and reflow all those pins on the back with a little bit of solder. And your headaches will be gone. I guarantee it. No, just kidding. I probably, maybe promise. No, can't do that either. It could help you. So let me get my hat back on here. Proper sign off. So that's what I got on the barbed wire. Oh, no. You guys get to see the play field and stuff too. Hold on. All right, let's turn her on. I got the glass off. I want to show you guys how nice this ended up looking. Big Fatso's doing his thing. So I scrubbed. I didn't want to take anything off. The Mylar only goes to here, so knowing what I know now, I'm gonna give this another shot and see if I can get more of that cleaned off. But I was just a little bit timid at the time. But this thing really turned out just awesome. It ended up so clean. I replaced the flipper, bats, and shaft and shoes. Installed a couple spotlights because it was pretty dark. See if I can simulate what it's like without it. Let me turn this big light up. Okay, here is, you know what, I need to turn the main lights off. Boom. Okay. So here's what it looks like up there without the spotlights. I guess I still have that one too. Darn it. It helped me see better. That was kind of dark. But they're cheap. The ball hasn't hit them really. I like them. From Comet Pinball, the little dual spotlight and single spotlight kits. But really, I mean, it's just so dang clean. I got so lucky with this one. Got an incandescent still in the pop bumper light. I think I tried to put an LED in there and it like wasn't working, and I was still fairly inexperienced. Didn't know about how sometimes the pop bumper light sockets are they're different than everything else on these tables. They're like a two-piece almost. So I figured out how to make them work now with LEDs, but then I couldn't. And I wanted to make dang sure that it worked after I put all this back on top. So didn't have to take it off to make that light work. But yeah, just check her out. Real clean. Ended up very nice. Oh, my flash is still on. Okay, now that I got the flash off, let's try this again. Kind of seems to lighten up the tractor and or bulldozer. Anyway, I like them. It does create, like my eye level is about right here when I'm playing, so I get that reflection, but I'm not really looking at the screen that much when I'm playing, especially once you know the game pretty well. Turn the lights back on. And we'll get one last look at the side art here. This was just amazing. Like, what is that? I don't know if I think that was like, okay, so that is dirt. Gross. Needs to be cleaned. But the cabinet just looks awesome. Especially the bottom. This one side, okay, yeah, this is the good side. What did the front have? Front was pretty good. I can't remember. The lethal weapon, that's right. It's got a little jankety jank on some old lock bar removal, something or other fix. Anyway, get back in on this barbed wire. You can see how clean this cabinet is, my word. Yes, I have nice, shiny, brand new legs on the front. And the old ones on the back. Problem though. We'll talk about it later, but remind me to talk about Gottlieb legs. Anyway, it's a whole thing. Boom. So there she is. It's a really fun table. I play this one a lot. Crash the tolls, battle the notorious Big Fatso, locate the elusive contact lenses, go haywire in this new pinball from Gottlieb. Haywire is the kind of like wizard mode on this, in my opinion. It's not firefight, but it's what you get after you do the 3 or 4 Big Fatso modes. 3 of which, I think, all but 1 are a multi-ball, but that's neither here nor there. That's a gameplay video. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. Throw a like in there for me. Help me remind me that I'm not doing this just for no reason. But I don't even know what I'm saying. Throw a like on there if you want. Say bye.